It's live.
Hey, hey, hey,
Hello, everybody.
Ben and Eli and her.
And how are you? How's everybody
Wait,
doing?
wait,
What? Who's coming?
there.
What?
Denise, I did the rookie move.
Oh, Lord.
I didn't mute YouTube.
Do you echo? Echo? Echo?
You guys, it has been, I think, 6 months. Three or 6 months.
It's been a while.
And it's like this morning, Casey had to, um, he messaged me and said, I said, Casey, I got a teledoc I have to do, and I don't want to move. I don't want to get out of bed. And he said, Mom. Oh, and I said, no, I want to do our YouTube. He said, Mom, get up, walk outside, get some fresh air, then take your shower.
It's so good to see you guys.
And that's what I did. So, you guys, I've missed all of you.
Oh,
Jennifer, I hadn't got to see you in a long time. Um, but, all of you guys, it shouldn't have been hard this morning for me to do this. Sit here
we've
this
talked
morning.
about y'all
I,
several times.
yeah, sat here
Several,
this
several
this
times.
morning, and I was just looking down. I was sitting here at my desk, and I told Tiffany's back home. I said, Tiffany, just don't know how to do this. I don't know. I said, I need to. She said, Mama, have you prayed yet? I said, no. She was in the kitchen. I said, no. She said, you need to pray. There's Derek.
Yay!
So I did. I laid my head down on my desk
Well,
and I talked
hello
to him.
there.
I talked to him like I
How are
talked
you
to you
doing?
guys. But I have thoroughly missed everybody. And I was telling Tiffany the other day about it, and I got to crying. I said I miss them, and I need to be there, and I don't know how to get back. And and I started crying. She said, "Well, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to look a certain way." And she said, "You know what? Maybe they need to see you um, just straightforward how you're feeling." And but a lot of people is, you know, sometimes you don't want people to see you're crazy, and your crazy can be different things. It's not just being wide open all over the place, but sometimes it's that inward. Um, Derek, I have to show you. I am
All right.
I am getting my red out, and this will be the color. So I told my hairdresser, I said, "How can I get?" Oh, thank you, Ben. Thank you. Um, I asked my hairdresser, I said, "How can I get rid of the red?" And I know she's probably thinking, "Oh no." Um, so I said, I kind of want to go back to my natural color and embrace the tinsel up under it, which I said both my sisters have pretty gray hair now, and I said I want to go that way, not platinum. I just
Yeah.
want mine to just come on out.
I've seen Irene's. Irene's is gorgeous. I've seen hers.
Irene's my oldest
But I
sister.
haven't seen Sandra in real life. I have Irene, but it'll be pretty.
Yeah, Denise and Tatum got to come again
Hmm.
and to the house and stay a week. And it was just too short, you guys. It was just too short. But she got to meet my sister.
Yes, I did.
And the first time it was like I was so nervous. Tatum and Denise being here, and I messed up and I outdone and messed up my back. But we still had a wonderful
We
time.
had a great visit.
But this time it was just like, well,
Family coming home.
yeah, that's Denise and Tatum's room.
Yes.
Uh, yes, I am. I
Yeah,
am still alive. I
definitely.
I'm too sociable to close myself off in a room. I know I am. And with Walmart delivering groceries to my door, which it does help my back. It really does.
It does.
Denise used to be with me. She would go grocery shopping with me. I'd have the phone and my earbuds in and we'd talk. And I'm social and I would see people I knew, and I'd get all excited, and talk to people I didn't know.
Hmm.
And, now though, everything's delivered. And so that has me just in the house. And even with Denise, there's times that I'll answer or I'll send her a message and say, I just can't.
Yeah. Sometimes we don't talk 5 minutes, if that long. Just
But
enough to say, hey, bye, I love you, and that's it. Or good night. Bless you.
but good night. If I have not done called her or she called me, keeping the same. Or either he'll just call her. But
Yeah,
we
he
have
will.
to do the good night. Yes, Derek, I look at it as being lazy too. You know,
Tatum thought it was great he'd get stuff from Walmart.
that boy, you guys, look, the first time I ever seen him, I tackled him and I grabbed him and I was kissing on his cheeks, but I done warned him I was going to do it. This time, 2 years later, I get out of the car to grab him and to kiss him, and I'm like, I couldn't. I said, okay, you better sleep with one eye open, is all I got to say. Sleep with one eye open.
He's tall. He's very tall.
Um, but
Baby, you got to go lay down.
but
What's the matter?
if I was in there on my bed, Bailey would be doing the same thing.
Oh, yeah, baby
We
went with us too. The
uh,
dog went with us this time.
we've all had loss. Um, Ben has had loss. Jennifer, you've had loss. Um, don't know about Eli, and I think it's a blessing that we still have Derek with us.
Yes.
And
Amen.
I, you know, I I love his family. I have not went to where he lives, but we've FaceTime. I've got to talk to wifey, as I call her, and I've got to see his boys grow up. So you guys are family. You're more than just turning on the computer and sitting down and scheduling this. And there were things that were God was trying to light a fire up under me because it was like StreamYard went up, and Kim said, you have not been in there. You have not been doing that. And then I'd pray, God, I know what I'm supposed to do, but I haven't been doing it. Well, then all of a sudden, like the next day, I got a thing because I was like, well, StreamYard, I can try to just do YouTube without it. The next day, I got something from YouTube saying I'd be demonetized, which you guys know. Um, that's not the big thing, but they said something, and maybe you guys would understand. Um, they said that they'd take my whole channel. So I'm like, oh, Ben. Oh,
My
Ben.
goodness. I'm so sorry, sweetheart.
It's, and it makes you immobile, you know. I can't believe it's been a year since my mom died. And that was a lot of stuff going on in my head during that time.
Yep,
Oh, Derek's boys they're not kids anymore, they're grown.
they're still kids in your head.
Kevin in February, he got us a, wait, yeah, he got us
Perseverance.
a camper.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah, camper.
and we've been
Mm-hmm.
we've been going camping since March. I think I put a video. I finally put the video, made it public in all my
Yes,
craziness.
it was fun.
But it's like leaving the house and just going to where there's beauty was relaxing. But I needed to be here too, and I've got to figure out how I can do a live. And Jennifer, you might can tell me, or somebody, can can I just go live from my phone sometimes if I'm at the campground, because it's hard to upload a video because it is we don't have anything fancy to get.
Well, that's true, and you don't know if you're going to have to, if you're going to be in a place where you can do it.
You know what, I guess I can just try and it'll either
Yep,
work or it won't work.
very
let
true.
me let me come over here and update this screen. Being that just makes me ashamed of of me cutting myself off because you guys have had it harder than me. I couldn't imagine losing a child.
Mm-mm.
Could. Okay, so you just go
Yep.
to
You
you
should
just
still be able to go on StreamYard and everything with your phone.
so you just go Ben, to YouTube Studio. I mean, I've done it before.
Yeah. You should be able to still do it the same way you do. It shouldn't be any different.
Um, I have a bunch of stuff. After my mom passed, and I brought all of her stuff here. Some's in the hallway. Some is in my washroom. Some is in here. Some is in the room Tiffany, which was Casey's room. And
I have
you
oodles and oodles of album stuff in there we ain't even touched. We ain't even gone through. I haven't. It's been 3 years. March will be 4.
and you know when we were packing it up, we found you know sometimes you really have to think, do I really need to wait and let this come out after I'm gone? I don't think, because my mom didn't take her secrets with her to the grave. She didn't.
Mm-mm.
She left things back behind for me to have to find and for me to have to share and really hurt somebody that I love, love, love. And I thought it was unfair. So that really, Denise knows. I
Ooh,
cry.
that's a tip and tailspin.
I would just cry every day until
Mm-hmm.
that person told me, why? Why? I wouldn't have wanted to hear that from anybody but you. That would have hurt me if you knew. So, with it being family, I guess that's really all I can go into it. But I just left everything alone. I didn't, I stopped handling those dead bones as I called them. You know, I stopped handling those things. I just stopped. And, and then all of a sudden I was like, is anything about my childhood real? Because you guys know there's that silly side to me, and it's that imaginary friend that I had in California when I was a weird child. I walked around, I guess, the yard talking to myself, which was I was talking to Norgus, my imaginary friend.
I think so. You weren't talking to yourself.
And there was six of us. So, my brother 2 years younger than me, I didn't want to always play with him. And my sister 2 years older, she didn't always want to play with me.
True.
She said I was the whiny child. And then my baby brother, he just
You
made it.
just, yep, you just needed your own. That's what that was.
So that was my creative side of me, my silly part. I call it the Norgus. This part, you guys have let me try on hats and do crazy makeup, dye my hair red on here. Just you guys have been with me through all of this. But when I started looking through my childhood, I have on Facebook. I unblocked it, but there's some videos on there of me and my other four siblings riding bicycles, and I enjoyed seeing that because both my brothers are gone, and and then seeing my mom and dad interacting and stuff like that, and I just stuff just come up. And my two other sisters, we all sat there at Christmas and watched the home movies that I took from the is it 8 millimeter, Denise?
Yeah.
The little
Yeah.
45. It was
No.
some 45 and then some 8 millimeter. There
Okay.
was two different sizes. So I had somebody, convert them. And my
I
sisters
bet they did.
don't have computers. So we watched them on my laptop at Christmas. And it was like even though there's just 2 years between me and my other sister and 7 years between my oldest sister and I was like, it was like two different memories, if that makes sense. There was just two, and I
There
couldn't
was
figure.
just so much time in between y'all that it's this time for her, and you didn't have that time till later. For
Well, and Sandra back then, you
and
know, that
Irene
sister,
was gone pretty quick.
yeah. And then my other sister, she wasn't as outgoing as me. She spent most of her time, she tried to, we both tried to stay with my grandmama all the time. So we didn't hang out when we were kids. Um, I remember some stuff in California, but tragedy changes. And she was with my baby brother um, when he was no longer with us. She was with him. So her life, even though she already didn't like to be around mom and dad for a good reason, after that happened, it was awful for her. And I saw things. But so I guess today, like Tiffany told me, Mom, if you're vulnerable, if you have any kind of issues, she said, just talk about them. She said, you're not always going to be perky and happy and like you are. She told me one day, she said, Mom, I haven't heard your happy voice. She said, you guys out there give me my happy voice. You guys um, are, I love you guys. I love you guys. And I have missed you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And Denise can tell you. And there's not going to be much longer that you guys will get to see Sonia again.
Oh yeah.
She's get
She's
she
doing
she's
great.
getting her voice. She said little by little, but she was in a coma for 3 years, and God allowed her to still be here. So
Yes.
her testimony when she is
Mm-hmm.
able to come on, and that was another thing.
Yes.
I've been waiting, and I thought, you know what?
There goes the
The
train.
train, the train.
That train.
But I felt in my heart.
It comes every day.
I thought she's going to have a testimony to give.
Big time.
And am I going to be part of it? Or am I going to keep on and not get to be there when she does? And I want to be there when she does.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be amazing.
And so I gave myself, I figured an hour because I thought Kevin would be at work. He's semi retired. Um, but I just heard him in the other room say, okay, now.
It's done.
I was going to go longer, but you guys, this was a good breaking out point. Denise is hurting real bad,
I'm cool.
and my lower back is screaming. But I think
Hey,
I'll come back.
we did it.
I think I'll come back in here after I end this and after I get Kevin something to eat and set up tomorrow's. And that way, all I have to do is come in here and go live.
Exactly.
I love you guys.
Love
Thank
y'all.
you very much for coming on here today.
Mwah.
And God bless each
Yep.
and every one
Amen.
of you. Until
Amen.
until the next time.